So most of our videos, of course, are about how to act. What is it that you can do for your acting? How can you become a better actor? They're about the craft of acting. And occasionally, we have videos that are beyond the craft, that are about the business of acting. We actually have a class that we call Beyond the Craft. And so anyway, just wanted to identify this as one of those. So branding. I hate the term. Oh gosh, I really do. Because I don't want to think about my brand as an actor. But as beyond the craft, the other side, the business side, you do need to think about that. What I want for you and for everybody is to be able to play a wide, diverse range of characters. But to start off, you're going to have a brand. You're going to have one type of role that you're going to go out for more than anything else. That when people see the breakdowns, they go, oh, that's a perfect character for Shannon. When your agents and managers are trying to figure out how to sell you. So a lot of people don't know what they're selling. I know we want to be everything to everyone, but we can't, at least not at the beginning. So how do you figure out your brand? How do you figure out what it is that you're going to be going out for? How are you going to sell yourself? I would start with who would play you in a movie, the movie of your life. Who do you think would play you? Now, I know sometimes we want something aspirational, but that's not going to help you. The Rock is not going to play me in a movie about my life, right? Love The Rock, love his muscles, not going to make any sense. So I'm going to choose those people that maybe most people tell me I look like. If I don't think right away, maybe it's just I keep hearing, you look like Elizabeth Banks or something like that. Okay, there's the person that might play me. I want you to think about what are the roles that you want to play. Now again, there might be something that changes, but then maybe what you need to do is focus on going in that other direction. So if I wanted to play athletes, well, then I better get in my best athletic shape. If I'm going to be an Olympic athlete, I'm going to need to look like an Olympian. So that's one thing that you need to work on beyond the craft. Also learning how to do those things so you can carry yourself. There was an actor that was playing a diver, world-class diver. She learned how to dive in a world-class way. She worked so hard, and you would have thought, oh, she was a diver before she became an actor. Not the case. So what is it that you want to play? What is it that people tell you you look like? I'm going to play something around my age. You don't want to say, my brand is grandpa's, but if you're a man of a certain age, your brand might be grandpa's. That's great. I love the holidays when you can see all the Santas auditioning. Or a lot of times in commercials, right? You'll see all the Abe Lincolns and you'll see, it's really quite fun. How am I going to dress? Do you have the wardrobe and the equipment to be able to dress like that? If you're going to be playing a party girl, do you have some party girl outfits? Do you have those wardrobe staples? Can you pull off that character believably? And again, if there's something that you want to play that does not look like you, well, then you either have to change people's perceptions or work another way, right? So let's say you love basketball and you want to play basketball players and you're not particularly tall. Well, they can work around that sometimes. They might not have everybody on set be as tall as a traditional basketball player. Or the story might be about somebody who's a little smaller as a basketball player. So I don't think you have to give it up, but you also have to understand that it's a longer shot. Again, maybe you need to be in the shape of a basketball player. You can't make yourself taller, but you can make yourself lean, strong, and you can have those skills of a basketball player. Let's look at a show like Grey's Anatomy. When it first started, it was a bunch of recent medical school graduates. Most of the people were very young, very naive, not really understanding medicine except for the ones that are older. If you're 35, you're not going to play a med student unless it's very specific that that person went back to school later in life. Shannon, at this age, I'm not doing a sorority movie unless I'm moving in with my daughter who's trying to join a sorority. So understanding your age, your type, your anything that an agent or manager can help to find you work. I have a friend who says that she plays worn out, she's a little older than me as well, worn out Midwestern. She understands what she plays. She is gorgeous, let me just say that. But that's kind of what she's known for. Those jobs she's gonna get over other ones. So understanding what your brand is and really asking your friends and acquaintances might feel not as obligated to be nice to you, what they think your type is or what they think who looks like you, right? And if you're saying, I want those Jennifer Lopez roles, do you look like Jennifer Lopez? If not, maybe you need to find somebody else, a different brand. And that's okay, it's all okay. What if you are so unique that nobody looks like you? You don't have that kind of brand. Great, you're unique. You're gonna have to chart your own path. Fantastic. You still need to understand the kind of roles that you'd go out for. Are you the car mechanic or are you the NASA engineer? And again, I can't stress this enough. Can the same actor be both? Yes. Can a NASA engineer also be a car mechanic and vice versa? Absolutely. But when we're looking at who we're going to submit, you don't want your agent to have to look at all humans between the ages of 25 and 45 for every role they submit for. They're going to think about what is your type. So I think you should be thinking about that too. Let me know. Let me know if you thought that maybe there was a type you thought you were, and then you start getting sent on other things and booking them. Sometimes your photo's wrong. If you're not booking them, I had a very lovely woman whose photo, she looked, let me just say it, bitchy, right? She was going up for all these tough girls and she wasn't booking anything. So I looked at her headshot and I'm like, this is why you're not going up for anything. This does not look like who you are, your essence of who you are. Also, let's say there's an actor whose roles you love, but of course, they're much older than you are. Take a look at what movies and what roles they played at the beginning of their career. It's very interesting to see what their trajectory was. Maybe they started in something completely different. Chris Pratt at the beginning, right? He was the doofy guy and he was a little softer and curvier, and then he wanted to be an action hero and he got into Marvel action shape. This is what I want you to be thinking about when you're thinking about brand. And again, if you want to play something that's not part of what everybody sees you as, let's make that happen, but it's going to take a lot more work. Your initial brand should be pretty easy. But I am really interested in what your experience with this has been. And I went through it too. I used to have, well, I can grow hair. I have a lot of hair. But I used to have like long, and I used to call it my spelling hair. I did not get a spelling show until I cut my hair. Who knew, right? So maybe it's just a haircut. Maybe it's a color change. Maybe for men, it's a facial hair. You can be willing to try those things and see what works. And then be careful about what you're putting on the internet. Do I really have to tell you that? Yeah, I think I do. We forget. So if your brand is healthy living and taking care of yourself, in your Instagram or your social media is all partying and smoking and drinking, that's not going to work very well. When casting is looking, and trust me, casting is looking. You don't want to have to start worrying about what they're going to see. That's part of your brand too. Maybe, like I know my kids do, you have another Instagram that's just for your friends who know what you're really like. But out there, you can look like the healthiest living person if that's your brand. And if your brand is partying and going to raves and you're really just an introvert who just does one big shoot a month where you woo, and then, then Make sure that your brand, your Insta, your socials match that. So let me know what other videos you're interested in. Specifically, if you're interested in more of these Beyond the Craft videos, but I'm interested in whatever you want. Whatever your questions are, I am here to answer them. I absolutely love what I do. If you like this video, you might like my video on how to get a manager or agent. I'm gonna link it on the screen right now, and I will see you next week. For the chief residents or whatever. So anyway, no, they're not resident. Oh my gosh, okay. She was going up for all these tough girls. I really want to be Elastigirl, but I'm really much more Helen Parr. No, that's Elastigirl's alter ego. That's the mom.
Okay, got it.
That's the mom.
Sorry.
And then she's got the latex suit with the booty.